Welcome to another episode of Heal versus Wrong Show. Welcome to another episode of Testing and Learning, and today I'm going to talk about a display I'm doing and an action figure custom I did and some other stuff in it, and yeah, see how that goes. One of the first things I want to talk about is that, this is my Punisher I made, and I'll get to that in a second. But I own my Cricut, and you can see the last video of how I did some of this last testing and learning. This is just going to be like, pick up that red. This is just going to be plain cement because I'm making him like a war room. And this is some of the brick I've already done. It turns out pretty good. And this is going to be a background wall piece in it. And then basically the same pattern. I'm going to do it a different color, and I'll put some circles in and stuff, and it's going to have a lot of other stuff added to it, but another brick pattern, and this is going to be the floor. And then I got this as his like hit list made, and it's just a dollar store chalk thing, and then I put different stuff that's on the Punisher's hit list on here, so I thought that would be cool to have too. But we'll get to now the Punisher himself. So this is a Flint figure, almost completely, and I did do, let me fix the focus here. I did do a couple of different versions of it before. I was originally going to have his gloves white, and then have his boots white. But I didn't really like the way it looked, and I was trying to make more of a classic one then. So I decided just to go with the brown gloves, and then keep the boots, and then I added some white as like a flavor to that old, Punisher that had more white on his costume. And then I just painted the rest of Flint's arms down because he's got cut off sleeves really right here. And then I did, I don't know if you can tell, I did some dry brushing for some mud and then some blood. If you look really close here, you can see like I did some dry brushing of red here for blood. And there's that dry brushing of the reds in different spots, which is hard to pick up unless you're looking at it in person, and even on the gloves and some of the handles and stuff like that. But like I said, this is just almost completely a Flint, and I did do some work to try to get Castle's face. Let's see if I can zoom in on this really quick, and that's my tattoo place cone. So I'm going to cut the video right here and try to talk. Okay, now I'm back. I was getting ready to reschedule a consultation about a tattoo, and they just so happened to call me, so that was really cool. So I was able to do that. Let me pop his head off, and maybe I can see it a little bit better. Headless Punisher, soon to be Franken Punisher. No, I'm just kidding. So I tried. I'm going to try to zoom in here. Maybe it'll help me focus better on this. So I tried to give him some like scars, and like the one that you can see it right here over his eye. And then I tried to fill it in, but it didn't do very good. I gotta fix this, which me trying to give him like a broke nose. I need to sand that down a little bit because it's really flaky when you get close up. So I'm gonna have to fix that so he doesn't look like he's got snot or something all over his face. But yeah, and I gave him a gouge here, and I even gave him cuts in other places. So I'm trying to scar up the head more. The reason why, well, I think the Punisher head should be scarred up quite a bit. I mean, he's fighting not only criminals, but he's in a fucking superhero universe, so he's going to get beat up a lot. But I also wanted to do, so if I ever have him and Flint in the same pictures, it just won't look like Flint's in that picture. But I need to fix the head part quite a bit on this, especially his nose bit. Like, I have to sand that or something. Let me go do it real quick and see how that works. Back once again. And I went and got me some, the Dremel sandpaper. See if I just lightly go over that, if I can get that stuff just off there. A little bit. Ooh, almost dropped you. I wonder if it's just gonna have to wire off in time. But like, I tried to give his nose like a broken look. I really wasn't able to do it very well. So I don't think it did it very well. And I need to do something smoothing that out. So I don't mind him like I said, I tried to get him like messed up or whatever. So, but this is testing and learning. It's me trying to do stuff like that I've never done before. So y'all are seeing all my scars as I try to do this story. But let's get this back on. So overall, I like how this figure turned out, and I can even put some blood on him, splatters here and there, because there's probably a lot of times when the Punisher doesn't clean himself off real good. It's a man with post-traumatic stress disorder from fighting in a war. This is a man who lost his whole family, so yeah. So like I said, I did wash it on here, and I did some blood on the skull. This skull, if you go on my TikTok, which will be referenced in the Ghibli do down below on this, like I'll show you my TikTok, which I talked about. This is just a vinyl piece I did and put on here, but you can see some of the brown wash I put on it just to make the details stand out on it more. But this is okay. Before we get to the magnet, this gun pouch is the one that came with him. This is his gun, and I did put some blood on the handle, and of course wash on that and stuff. And then this knife is for my extra Zartan when I made my custom Dr. Mindbender from Zartan and his knife. So we got that. The other guns I got for him is this is the Dr. Doom, and it's even got the Doom D there, you can see. Is his gun. And then, of course, Flint's shotgun. So, and of course, I cut Flint's chest harness thing off here. I thought about coloring that undershirt right here like a black undershirt, and I still might go back and do that. And I need to touch up that paint right there because that's covering up his military rank thingy. So once I get that, but so I glued the Doom pistol onto this. So, and then I put a magnet in his back with super glue, which I'm probably gonna paint that. Which I don't know, would a paint interfere with the magnet? I don't know for sure. Like, these magnets are good, but they're not super strong. Like, they move once you put them together. And of course I glued a magnet onto this. Now you might say why I didn't like drill this and put it inside this. The main reason is the gun I don't know will go through, but I also wanted this to sit back for him from his back for a reason. You know, it might not be realistic, and you go see right there, it just goes on very easily onto his back. But the main reason why I wanted it to set back is I think it makes it look more like it's in a direction where he can grab it. So I like that a lot better. So overall, I really like doing this Punisher, and I learned some things that I didn't even apply to it. Like, I took his boots off. First time I ever took like the feet or the boots off a figure. So I took them off, and even though I didn't end up painting them the way I was originally done, that's something I'd never done before, and I thought that was really cool. I did magnets before, but it works really a lot better with this. And of course, like I always said, this Flint has the most jarhead looking guy, so if you have families in the military, you'll know what I mean. But like, yeah, this was a lot of fun to do because it was something simple, and right now a lot of simpler stuff is the great thing for my mindset and everything. But I really enjoy doing it. And I think it sometimes like these simpler customs and stuff will work best. I still gotta give it another flint because my original idea for buying this extra flint was I was going to put a Schwarzenegger head on it to have kind of a generic military looking Schwarzenegger from Commando and Predator and used for a lot of stuff. But the person I ordered from went through delays, which is, stuff happens. But in the meantime, I was like, oh, I'd always said, since I first got this would make a good Punisher, because this Flint head looks kind of like, God, I can't remember his name now. The guy that plays Punisher on the Netflix series. So it sort of looks like him. And I don't know, like, I've never been able to get a Punisher, and now with all the controversy around Punisher, you don't know if one's going to be coming out anytime soon. And I was even thinking about when I put the skull on here of putting the new skull from the comics on it, but I thought I'd just go with a classic look for my Punisher. And I think he turned out pretty good. The only thing I'm thinking about still doing is maybe weathering the boots a little more. Like, put a mud on the boots at the bottom. Like, I don't mind them being brown, but maybe some texturized something on his boots to make them a little bit better. But overall, I like how he looks. Like I said, I still probably am going to work on this head a little more, because I do want the scars to stand out more on him. But for the most part, I really like it. Ooh, that's totally not in focus at all. Yeah. Everybody have a nice day, and remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this. Go to 10universeblogspot.com for all our 10 universe stuff, ebooks, audiobooks, podcasts, comics. We got lots of stuff going on. And rolling into the new year, it's getting to the point where we're getting ready to amp up a lot more stuff, because our first audio adaptation of somebody else's work, the Trinity Prophecy, is coming up. You can restart it. You can find details about that on this channel and on our website, tuniverse.blogspot.com. And if you want to support me doing the web comics or anything else working with other people, please go to our Patreon, which is where our web comic is located. You can read it for free and look at it for free without any kind of subscription, but anything that goes into that Patreon goes right back to me hiring people to work on stuff with, and trying maybe some customs in the future. I do want to do a custom action figure of Anchor. I got everything but the head, and I'm going to have to get somebody else to do the custom head, because I'm not that good. So, see y'all later.
Running out of light to save me. Red moon on the rise, you say your last good night, while I keep getting by.
Welcome to Tin Pod Radio.
The Trinity Prophecy by Marissa Kinzel, with illustrations from Melissa McManus. Behind one of the trees at the opening, Neros spotted a figure. She was small, like him, and she had long hair that looked like green leaves woven together. Her skin blended with the bark of the tree she hid behind, and if not for her decorated dress and bright yellow eyes, Neros would not have noticed her. "You're blue," she said. The prince smiled. "I'm not blue, I'm Neros." The girl frowned, concealing herself further behind the tree. "No, I mean your skin, it's blue. And you flew down from that mountaintop all of a sudden. Where does it lead?" Neros looked fondly back up the mountain, though his town was shrouded by a white haze of falling snow. "At the top of the mountain is my home, Vitur. My father is the king, and today he said I'm old enough to explore Endra all on my own. He smiled, placing his hands on his hips. The girl didn't look so impressed. Endra is peaceful. Your king was smart to let you explore now, but you're dumb for leaving home. What? Why? Because you have no means of protection. The girl came out from behind the tree, gesturing to Neros with open palms. What on your person would protect you if I attacked you? As if to prove her point, the girl stretched out one arm, summoning long limber vines from the tree's canopy. She sent them to wrap around Neros, constricting his body and pinning his arms to his sides as they slipped and circled his torso. The prince cried out in surprise as he was lifted off the ground and brought closer to the girl. "See, you're defenseless," she proclaimed, grinning in defiance. "How do you know that I won't kill you right here, right now?"
The Trinity Prophecy was written by Marissa Kinzeal. Our narrators are Journey Brown Saintel, Theo Holt Bailey, and Christian Marte. This audio adaptation was produced by Brian C. Williams and Marissa Kinzeal. The voice of Tin Universe is Stacey Taylor. For ebooks, webcomics, short films and more, head over to tinuniverse.blogspot.com.